playing direct. You ready?
Sure.
I love it. She's ready.
Nobody's ever ready here,
I
man.
gotta know. What's up?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, the man. Right here. Here we are again. And we're with Catalina El Barones. Downtown. No, this is not downtown. This
Design
is the
District.
Midtown. Design District? Is that what it is?
District.
Okay.
Yeah, right next to
Awesome.
Gucci and all the cool stuff.
Catas, thank you so much for having us. How you feeling today?
A little shy, but I'm fine.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
Camera
this is,
shy.
You know.
We start every show with our handles.
Yes.
Where can people find you? Do you have any or the club?
Baronesh Miami.
Baronesh.
At
that's
Baronesh Miami.
At Baronesh
B
Miami.
Baronesh. You'll see it down here also, by the way. You can find me at the Nightlife Entrepreneur.
You can find me at Ico Taps Beer and also at Doral Food and Wine Festival.
And remember, our website, nightlifeentrepreneurs.com/podcast. You can find us on Spotify, on Google Play, on iTunes, on YouTube, on Facebook.
Soon on Netflix.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We gotta be on Netflix. We're everywhere.
everywhere.
You're gonna be found
Hey,
everywhere.
don't forget to like
Awesome.
us when you watch our video. If you like us, like us. Show us
And
love.
if you don't like us, just like us anyway.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it helps us.
No, they have to like me.
They should like.
Yeah.
You gotta
at
like
least,
Kata.
at least for you. By the way, they're listening to us in the UK, in Australia, in Canada, all over
Okay,
the
I
place.
told you I was shy. You want me to run now?
We're worldwide.
The door's that
hey,
way.
so let
There
me.
you
I brought you a surprise, Jaya.
I love
I'm
surprises.
bringing you back. So today, due to the World Cup being near us, right, and you being a very proud Colombian.
Yes,
and
I am.
Because you mentioned that Katia was Colombian, I brought you.
Oh, nice.
Águila. There you go.
Sin
and it's
igual
a twist off. Okay, so
Y siempre igual.
yes, look at that. Look
Those
at my
are
treats.
good.
These are my treats for today.
Cheers.
Boom.
Awesome.
Do you want an águila?
Sure.
Hold on, let me.
You never
open
say no to liquor.
Cheers to my cousin Bruno Zambrano and Sat Miller over there. And where is it that they are?
They're everywhere.
In South Africa,
Here.
actually.
Give this one to
There you go.
No, no,
No, give me the
trying-
open
oh, there you
one.
go.
Give that one.
Thank
Let me
you.
open this one for you.
We didn't even ask. You have beer? You like beer?
I like beer. I like
Well,
liquor, beer,
there you go.
everything.
Hey, you weren't
I
expecting
need
this
one.
one, right?
I was not.
There you go.
Good.
I thought of it. You mentioned that Catalina was Colombian. You mentioned that.
I think you're talking like to the opposite side of the mic. I don't know
I'm
if people
sorry.
can hear.
I'm sorry.
I haven't had one of these in forever.
Sorry.
Same here. So, all right. Sorry, guys. Cheers to
Hey.
Cheers.
this episode.
Cheers.
Cheers and thank
This
you.
episode is also, we're giving shout outs to the Colombian team
There you
for the
go.
World Cup, which is coming soon. Hey, we wish you luck. We wish you win. Hey, Cusqueña is also, they show us love. And Peru is also at the World Cup finals with FIFA. They haven't been in the finals for 32 years, and that's also going to be amazing for all the Peruvians, all the Colombians. I'm excited about the games.
Awesome.
Are
There
you
it
going
is.
to be showing the games? You have very big plasmas here.
I don't think so though, but
No?
you never know.
Yeah, the bad
It's a
thing.
good
Stay tuned for
idea.
that.
The bad thing for us here in the U.S. this year with all the
yeah,
games is
with
the
the
fact
time.
that at the time, it's completely,
Unless
Off.
you stay like, you turn this into like an 24-hour.
What time are the
Nightclub.
games gonna be at for real?
like 11.
11 p.m.?
AM.
11 a.m.,
and then you have like the best games you have is like on a Sunday at 2 p.m.
Well, that's kind of cool though. You can brunch.
It has
Yeah.
to be more in that
We
direction.
could do a little brunchy thing.
Boozy brunch.
So yeah. So let's cut the crap
wow.
and
I didn't
let's
know
get to
crap,
business.
but-
Okay.
Why people are here, and
Yeah.
just to give you a little bit about what we do. This podcast, we interview
Educate.
people in the nightlife business, basically to help educate the new generation of nightlife entrepreneurs. Anybody that wants to be a part of it, anybody who is already a part of it and wants to learn a little more, and anybody who just doesn't know shit and wants to learn about it.
To learn,
Okay.
yeah. I want
So-
to get a couple
So
of tips.
why don't you tell us how you got into this business first of all?
Well, I got into this business. I've been in events and party planning and coordinating and in management. My family's owned bars and restaurants in Colombia. So like in my life, I've had a lot of like service industry, like it's like kind of in my veins.
Okay.
I used to work for pretty big companies here in the US. I used to run like really, really big events. And I used to manage a lot of people.
Could you mention a couple of those events, like big events, like what?
Weddings, but huge weddings. I used to work for a big, I don't know if I could say it. Like
Yeah, save her. Go for it.
Saks Fifth Avenue. I used to run events for them.
It was good.
So,
That's a big company.
Here in Miami or
Shout outs to Saks Fifth Avenue.
or New York?
Sarasota,
Okay.
yeah.
There you go.
So you from here, or are you originally from Miami, or no?
I was born in Colombia, raised in Miami.
Okay.
Lived in Sarasota for a little bit.
That's why you got that swag.
Of course.
You got the Miami swag. I see.
Of course.
That's what's up. Okay.
I was actually shocked. I was telling her when we had our first meeting, our promotion team is working here. We're starting a new venture over here, and when she spoke in English, I was shocked because here in Miami, for some reason,
Yeah.
most of the people that are in the business don't.
No, and even if
Dominated.
they come from Miami, they still have a little bit of an accent. You would say.
They have the thing that they talk like they have this weird thing. It's like the Miami thing. It's like horrible.
But in the end, the accent, whatever. I mean, I don't complain about that. But the fact
say
that
like,
some
"Ting."
people are like, "Oh, en español," I'm like, we're in the U.S., and
Make it happen.
but it did. I
Oh,
didn't
because
expect
people
it.
have asked us why don't we do this in Spanish?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I'm
Mira,
like,
si
no,
tú
man.
no quieres latino,
Pídelo.
pídelo.
En español.
Y se los damos,
No,
okay?
no, but seriously,
No, pero
we're,
that's next.
it's. I mean, I was shocked because it doesn't, here in Miami for some reason. I don't know what happens.
And we kind of do the Spanish thing, so.
Yeah, sometimes.
But the thing is,
sure.
like, everybody in Miami speaks Spanish, which is, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing.
I mean,
I
it
think it's
is
good.
what it is. It's
I think it's
you know,
great.
but
I guess.
but we are in the United States
yeah,
of America,
I support the English speaking.
100%. So, all right. So you start with corporate events, private events,
I've been
all that kind
corporate
of
my
thing,
whole life.
and then at some point you say, "I'm gonna jump into this new thing."
Oh no, the thing is, like I said, I'm never doing management again. Like
Okay.
if you've
And
been
that
in
was-
management, you
okay.
know, like you're like, never again, fuck this, I'm out of management. I don't want
Right.
to be in management. I want to do something low key. I'm going to relax. I'm not going to worry about anybody. But then you find yourself in management. But the thing is, like, so I quit managing. I'm like, okay, I was living in Sarasota. I decided to move back. I'm like, I'm going to go back to Miami. Like, Sarasota's beautiful, but it's boring.
Right.
Boring.
Hey, but shout out to
my love,
Sarasota.
Sarasota, I
we're
love
here
you, but,
promote-
it's
go
boring.
visit them whenever you can.
It's beautiful though. It's beautiful. Like
Yeah.
amazing
It
beaches,
is.
whatever. It's beautiful, but there's nothing to do.
But
Like,
is it the
No
party
nightlife?
scene?
There's no
yeah,
nightlife?
the nightlife is
the
boring.
party scene is hideous. Like you go out, everything closes around like 2, so they start kicking you out at 12:30.
Okay, LMG.
So if you guys are in Sarasota, hit
Just
me
come
up.
down to Miami.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah,
We'll make some shit happen.
it was
over
sad.
there.
Like if you're raised here and you're
Right.
Colombian, you have like the little,
Yeah.
que le pica. You want to be outside.
Right, flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like everybody's like listening to
Freaking
country
Aguila.
music and they're closing and like.
Right.
So
Well, it's not for you, but there's a lot of people that that like that, I guess. Or
I guess, yeah.
everywhere.
But so I came back and I decided, I'm like, no, I was marketing director for a place. I'm like, okay.
For venues,
Yeah.
for like restaurants and
venues.
clubs and lounges.
And I was doing really good at that. But then I had a call from a friend and he's like, I need you. I'm like, for what? He's like, I'm going to be managing a new club and I want you to run the door. I'm like, huh. He's like, you're perfect for it. I'm
What
like,
club
well,
was that?
This club.
Oh, this one. Okay.
This club.
But was it a different name?
No, it's Baronesh.
Okay, same name.
So he's like, I need you. I want you to come do it for me. I'm like, okay, let's try this. Well, I have like a lot of experience with people. I'm like, okay, so let's do this.
Let's work the door.
Yeah. So
Have you ever worked the door before?
I've worked with
did
a
you know-
lot of people. So, and the thing is, like, my personality is very strong.
Okay. And did you
So-
know what it means to work the door?
Oh, yeah.
You knew. So when he told you, hey, come here, work the door, you kind of knew. For those listeners, what is like the first thing that comes up to your mind when they tell you come work the door? Like what is it? What are those qualities? Just for
Bitch.
those. Oh, you gotta be a
Straight
bitch.
up.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, there
A
you go.
nice bitch, though.
Yeah, it was nice.
I mean, yeah, no.
I thought there
we
was gonna be like
we-
a let's ping ping ping. No,
we
just be a
actually
bitch.
had a conversation about
Be a
this
good door
before,
person.
and it is true.
Shout out
That-
to our
that-
boy Mario who did the door.
Oh yeah,
Also.
no, and he was a bitch, not a bitch. He was a dick. But he was a nice dick. He had to be. No, because he was.
I love it.
He had to be a
He
dick.
was-
If you're a doorman, you understand. You need to be a dick in a nice way. Or a doorwoman. Is there a name for the doorwoman?
Door girl.
Door girl. There you go. I'm sorry.
Or door bitch.
So
no, just kidding.
There you go.
God.
All of those. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. We're
She
getting
did
X-rated
say
right now.
before the show that
I have
she
a potty
cusses
mouth.
a
I'm
lot.
sorry.
It's okay.
So
Cuss like a sailor.
We're ready.
Wow.
So yeah. So being a doorman, door girl, you need to have that personality. At least
gotta
in
be
Miami.
strong. You gotta be
in Miami,
strong.
that
You have to
works.
be a strong-
Yeah, strong, but you
Strong
know,
personality.
just not take shit from anybody and let them know they gotta step away. They gotta,
Yeah, come in or whatever
take
it
their
is.
idea, whatever it is they
You
gotta
gotta be
do.
in control.
Exactly.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you're not disrespectful to anybody, but you have to hold your ground. Because
Exactly.
people are gonna come and they're gonna think, oh, I'm so and so, and I know who. No,
Yeah,
you
very
don't.
Miami, right? They're gonna
This
pull a
little,
Miami
this
card.
little piece of whatever is mine.
Right.
You do what I tell you.
Kata, so when is it too much of a bitch or a dick or
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think.
all those nice things.
I don't know. Depends, cause like, depends on the flow, on the vibe, on the people. Sometimes it's you don't have to be a bitch. Sometimes it just flows and people work with you. Sometimes people are obnoxious and they bring the bitch out of you.
right?
Oh,
So it just depends on the crowd.
Okay.
So I don't think it's ever
Be
like
nice.
too much or too little. I don't know. Just depends.
There you go.
so if you're in a really bad mood that day, like forget about it. Like, people
Oh, no,
mess
no,
well.
no.
Do you
No.
send a text like, "Hey, people, don't even play with me today"?
No.
You come to the door. You better be on the list.
No, actually no. I'm like I'm sweet. When I was
Okay.
at the door, I'm sweet and I'm nice. Just
Okay,
don't
so now
test
we
me.
are at
Yeah, just don't test me. Like if you come and I'm like, okay, how many people are in your party? And they're like, eight guys. Okay, what are you guys having?
Águila.
Cover. I'm like, what? I'm
Eight
like, dude,
Águila
for
beers.
real?
What happens
No.
is that I want to have 8 Águila beers.
Just go have your Aguila beers in your house. You know, don't be coming into my club, wasting my space to have a beer.
Exactly.
Get a table. You're guys. Aren't you
course.
looking for girls? Don't you want to hang out?
there you go.
There you
You
go.
know, that's the point. Like,
Bottom line, you
Yeah,
know, at
you're
the end of the day, you're
selling.
like Mario was mentioning, you're kind of like that filter of the type of people you want inside. You want
Yeah.
the right crowd. You want people that are going to be inside spending money, because at the end of the day, then the owner says, "Got that? Like, who you letting in? You're letting in a bunch of people like the bar. There was no sales, no bottle sales, no nothing. Like,
yeah,
what's
you're just
going on?"
letting a whole bunch of
So
people
it's-
to like consume ice and space.
Do you get that? Could you get that pressure from the owner?
Yes, of
Or-
course, because
okay.
like the door person is in charge basically of sales. Because like the servers, the bottle servers, that's not their job.
And they're relying
They're
on
just
you.
waiting at their tables for you to bring the business
right
to
people
them.
in.
So
Right.
like,
And the GM, which we're gonna go into that because that's kind of like where
Where you're at now.
you're at now. Wow.
You know, I guess you did so good that
I was good at
Antonio,
being
shout out to
good.
Antonio, the owner here, decided to bring it up to management.
the thing was this, like, the manager was here, Andres San Martin. Shout out to him. I love him with all of my heart. He opened up his
Shout outs
own
to him.
venue. I have to say the name.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The pla- It's the Dirty Rabbit.
There you
Dirty
go.
Rabbit?
Dirty Rabbit.
In Wynwood.
Andres.
It's
Oh, nice.
amazing. It's an amazing venue. You guys
It
have
is.
got to check
It
it,
is.
out.
Does Bad Bunny have anything to do with the Dirty Rabbit?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
Nah. This bunny's cooler.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is the happening place right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, yeah. Dirty
So
Bunny. Shout out to Dirty
he's
Bunny.
like, honey, this is the thing. I gotta go. I don't trust anybody but you. You're gonna do this. I'm like, ugh, fuck management. I don't want to do management because remember I told you
Yeah, you
I was
don't
done.
wanna
I was
do
like,
management.
doing the door is easy. You get paid. You get whatever. You don't have to worry. You don't have the like. You do have like the responsibility, but it's not like
Yeah.
you have
Numbers
people
at the end
depending
of the
on
day.
you and numbers and like.
Right.
So he had to go to open up his new thing, and then here I am.
You know that it's funny that she ends up working the two positions in the club that are the ones responsible if something bad ever happens. Let's say you have underage people at the club. The two people that they look for first
Yep.
is the door person and the manager.
Yes.
So, with that said,
I would end up being somebody's bitch regardless.
there you go.
That's good.
So what do you do to avoid
Yeah.
being somebody's bitch?
Not let underage people in. I don't know. Work with the law. Very
Right.
important. Like the thing is, like right now, there's a lot of like underage people coming out.
Yes.
Like I'm old, so
No.
at my age, I was playing Barbies. You know,
Right.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't out like I wasn't out like at 16 trying to get drunk and trying to go into a club.
Got it.
So right now that's like something that's a very difficult topic that we have to deal with because like a lot of fake IDs, a lot of little kids like trying to get hammered and whatever. So it's like something you have to be very careful with not to allow at your venue.
Right.
You know, it's interesting, like when it comes to positioning and people's like style, their persona, right? Women that are in the film industry, right? You see a lot of women that are they're the producers. They produce, right, for these big filmmakers, and they're women and they're strong. They have a very strong personality because they have to make it happen for the director. That director is shooting a scene, and out of nowhere he comes out with wanting, I don't know, a blue rabbit. You know, that girl has to go find it, right? That producer has to go find it. So, you know, your personality, would you say, and for those viewers out there that you know, those girls that are 16, 17 that have a strong personality and they're frustrated because they feel that they're kind of strong. They're kind of strong-minded, or they just have that strong personality, and that's giving them a little bit of a hard time to maybe land a job in Pizza Hut or McDonald's or anywhere. And when they go for an interview, they don't get hired because they have that strong personality. What can you say to that girl who has that strong personality? Like, I tend to identify those girls, and I tell them immediately, like, hey, you know what? Your personality, you should be a manager of a club, right? Let's say if they're obviously over 21 and over. Or I tell them, you know what? You should study production, because I know the way you are will lead you to being very successful in this area of work. So for those girls that have that personality, what do you say? You know, what was that didn't change you, and you kind of knew that your style of the way you are is what got you to be called to be the door, and now being the GM of this club. At the end of the day, it shows that you have a strong personality, and you could kind of like direct and manage a staff. And at the same time, I would say that people don't play around with you when it comes to like cheating numbers or kind of going around the bush with things. How do you like,
I would tell them, like, just don't give up on you, because like sometimes people expect from a girl, a woman, or whatever, look, hey, you're a girl, so you're supposed to be sweet and nice and just take shit. Don't take shit.
Right.
There
Seriously,
you go.
just don't take shit.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, with me, it's I love my employees. I treat them with like kind of like nurturing, very motherly, but then I do have the mouth of a sailor, so I'm like, fuck this, fuck that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I take care of them.
Got it.
You know, like, it's my team, my family. If anybody's gonna take the fall, I'm not gonna like, oh, fire so and so. I'm like, no, it's my team. You work for me. I'm gonna take the fall for you.
So you're strong in all levels, because
Yeah,
at the same
it's like
time, you kind
loyalty.
of like, exactly, you're loyal. You take care of your employees, and you're, you know, it's almost, because you just said motherly, so it's almost like, you know, you're strong, but you're also very good-hearted, and that balance, would you recommend for that person?
Which, by the way, that's one thing men can never learn.
Yeah,
You know,
I know, right? Because yeah, and what is the difference between a female GM? What would you say? What would you identify? I'll give you an example, and I'm going to go off with something, but I found it very interesting. You know, with Cerveza Cusqueña, I traveled to Peru, and I noticed that all the traffic police, traffic control are all women. And I was like, that's so interesting that all traffic control are all women. And I was like, why are they all women? And they said, well, they're all women because women are very loyal, and women don't take bribe, they're very loyal. So that's why they're all women, which I thought was interesting. So
Women in Peru.
So they identify them as very loyal women, and that they won't take any bribe. They won't let themselves get talked out of a ticket or anything like that. It's kind of like women are just like, hey, you didn't stop when you were supposed to stop. Pero no, pero this and that. Here's your ticket. Boom. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. Here's your ticket. Keep it going. So is it a women thing? What do you feel about women and men? What's the difference when it comes to being a general manager of a location?
I think, like, depends on the location. If it's a nightclub, this is basically a male-dominated industry. Mm-hmm. So there's not a lot of us around.
Got it.
So we are girls, we are women, whatever, but we have balls, which is a difference. Because like we can't be like and cry and whatever. No, it's just like, you know what? If you fuck you. Like a lot of people try to take advantage of me because I'm a girl.
Got it. And
So
you've
like-
noticed
But a
that.
girl
Like,
with
you've
balls.
noticed.
Yeah.
And when you say they've tried to take advantage, is it the sales reps, like
No.
the beverage industry, like who's the one, like
Staff ownership.
Staff ownership.
No, like owner's awesome. Staff is amazing. Like most of my staff, like I have like 5-6 girls because we have a
Okay.
small group. The boys in the beginning,
They'll
Yeah,
test
I was
like
gonna ask
like
you, is there a
my
difference?
bussers were a little like testing me a little bit
Okay.
because I'm like I have my pre-shift meetings and I'm very laid back, whatever. But when I have to tell you something, I'm gonna go hard on you.
Yeah.
Right.
So they just started like testing me until they saw who I could be. I'm like, guys, do you want this?
Yeah.
Do you want me to be a bitch? Oh no, we're sorry. I'm like, okay, don't bring it
Got
out
it.
in me. So it's just like showing that you have balls, that you can like
Yeah, you can hold your
stand
ground.
your ground. Yeah, like
I mean,
that's the thing.
women have evolved in
Oh, yeah,
in
of
a way
course.
that men have not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we're still after the same thing. We want the same thing that we always have, and we're so easy to understand.
Oh yeah, you
know?
can bribe guys with girls all the time.
There you go. That's why they're Peru, the traffic
There you
control is all women, because that things like that happen.
That is crazy, but it is true. So besides the staff and ownership and this, people that you got to deal with outside of the club, you know, since you say that generally it's a man's world, you know.
Nightclubs, yeah.
Yeah, and the nightlife. Do you get a lot of, you know, like people not paying attention to your calls, or let's say when you're calling somebody like this guy who's you know,
Handling exactly, who's working with brands, or not only brands, not only brand managers, but how do you deal with police officers? How do you deal with
Police officers
securities?
love me.
They love you, right? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, so is it being a female also brings a lot of
It
advantages.
has a lot of
Advantages,
perks.
for
Like I
sure.
can't say that I call somebody and they don't like respond immediately. They have like either it's my personality, maybe I'm not too bad to look at, I don't know, but so far everything's been really good. I've had issues with promoters.
there
Oh.
you go.
Here you go. No, I know it's hard
We
sometimes.
always have this conversation,
Sorry.
right? With no, but it's true. It's
Dun, dun,
you know that's one of the
dun.
reasons we're here is you know one of the main
Random.
reasons is to talk to new promoters and how to fix all those things, all those issues. you
By the way,
know,
she said
of not
promoters, and
being
she looked
liked.
at you like,
No, it's
Like,
it's
I'm
something that's
looking
real.
that way generally because I'm talking to you guys.
I love it.
No, honestly,
I'm
it
just
is.
saying.
it
So what is
it
hard
real.
about promoters? Well, you know, promoters are entrepreneurs, so they're
Yeah, it's
hard.
okay. You know, like the thing is like it's a team effort. You know, I
Yes.
work for you, you work for me. Let's
it.
make it happen. Let's make money. That's how it
Exactly,
should work.
At the end of the day.
But then when the promoter does not work with you or for you and tries to, pardon my French, fuck you over and think you're
Okay.
stupid and you don't know that they're fucking you over, that's when it gets ugly.
Part the French. So,
Which happens
could we
not only
explain
with
that?
women, it
Could we
happens all the
explain-
time.
Could we explain? Yeah, because that could happen with anybody. Could you explain, just for those listeners, like what is it that could, like when you say that could fuck me? Is it because they're trying to take too much of the door,
Yeah.
or is it
They will
that's
try.
just no
One of the things
clarity?
that I'm not, you know, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you-
probably
as
tell
a
you that's gonna
promoter,
happen.
yeah.
They're gonna try to jump her and go directly to the owner, for example. One of the things that happens.
Okay.
Promoters feel like, oh, whatever, maybe I'll just deal directly over here, and she won't
Because
have
they
to-
could get more from the owner, because
they
at the-
think
they think
that
okay.
you know, but in the end, the owner's gonna end up saying,
Talk
yeah,
to
you
the
have to
G-
talk to Kata because she's the GM, you know, so
Exactly.
whatever. There's gonna be
And when
things
that
like,
happens, she already knows that
You're already on
happened.
my bad list.
Exactly.
oh, already,
You know
so
what?
that
Fuck
there,
you.
that's super
So the
negative.
fact that happens is already
Yeah,
you're starting
and the
in wrong
funny
foot.
thing is that some promoters do it without even thinking what and
they think
knowing
it's cool.
that what they're doing is bad.
Got it.
They're like, oh, whatever, I know the owner, and I don't need to maybe talk to her because whatever, I know
Hey,
the
so
owner.
listeners, make sure you don't just go talk straight to the owner. If anything, build your relationship with the general manager, and if anything, go to speak to the owner together. Like that, you're both
the
clear.
thing is, like,
Yes.
if you're gonna talk to the owner, if you're talking, like, the thing is, like, you're gonna be working with the manager on a regular basis.
Exactly.
Yes.
The owner owns the venue. He's gonna be there. Or she's gonna be there sporadically. You're gonna see the GM the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
So just like build a relationship.
So that's a tip. Build a relationship with the GM, Mr. Mr. Entrepreneur Promoters, and from the GM perspective, that's a good way to not start your relationship in a bad foot.
They're also gonna lie. They're gonna overpromise and underdeliver, which is one thing that we've always spoken about as negative in this business. It makes them look bad. Sometimes if they expect something to happen,
And if they bring
it
you
doesn't.
guys in, like if they're the ones, as a GM brings you the
GM
promoter.
is usually the one that makes the decision as to what teams are coming into a venue in the end, because they're the ones running the place.
Got it.
And for us that are old experienced promoters or promoting groups is different, because for us it's more like we actually go to the venues and we study management. We actually had meetings before we made the decision of coming here, and one of the decisions was after having a meeting with her and ownership together and realizing, okay, these people are doing this the right way.
And you guys are beginning already, or?
Yeah, we're starting right now.
Awesome. What nights?
Friday nights at Baronesh.
Friday nights at Baronesh party, people. There's gonna be a lot of Águila and Cusqueña.
I don't
See,
know.
so
We
you
have to
guys are
talk
gonna have
about
to have
it.
that
You see, we gotta talk about
Let's
that.
talk about that. You never
There you
know.
go. There you go. Hey, so now let me ask you, what's the difference between being in the door and then being, asked? That's a promotion, right? Is that considered a promotion?
It must be complicated to deal with, not thinking as a woman or anything in general. Coming from a position as door girl or door person,
Yeah.
and going into a GM position, it must be hard to deal with the staff usually, after that,
Exactly.
because you were an equal and now you're in a top position.
Well, the thing is, like, here it wasn't that bad because when I was at the door, my boss, which was Andres, I was always like his right-hand person. Always.
Okay.
Got it.
Always, at all times. He's like, you're selling. You're the one that's making, like, money out there. So we were always, like, very, very close. We're really good friends. So, and besides, the team is very close itself.
Right.
So it wasn't like, oh my God, look, that bitch got promoted and I didn't, blah, 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 blah. Maybe just one or two people that weren't like initially on board. They're not here anymore.
Shout outs to them.
How hard is it going to be for
Yeah.
you to find a replacement at the door that's going to do the job the way you used to do it?
Yeah.
We're talking about that right now. I'm having issues, like huge issues, because I don't want to get a door boy. I want a door girl.
Okay.
Because girls, we can get away with more. We
There
can
you
get
go.
away with more from girls and from boys.
Got it.
Because, like, if you know how to talk to a woman is gonna like
Make it happen.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen because we're we're always competing with each other.
Right.
So we're gonna want to be like cooler than her or better, whatever.
Right.
And guys are just gonna do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine.
Okay, so that's a good study. Like that's how
It's real. You arrive at a door. You're a guy. You're at a door, and here comes a girl, a good-looking girl, and she says, "What do you
me in."
want?" Yeah. The guy is like, "Let me in," whatever. She's gonna tell you what she wants, which is, "I
Let
want
me
you to
in.
get a table," right?
Exactly.
And how are you gonna say no? Are you gonna look bad to the girl that's next to you, or the guys that are with you, or the girl that's talking to you? And
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so it works out very good.
Yeah, I
when
agree.
it's a girl.
I agree. So does that mean that you're going to be tougher on that door girl because she kind of has to like learn from you, or you're looking at that person as like you better do it like the way I used to do it?
No, I don't want anybody to do it the way I did it. I want them to do the way they do it,
Okay.
but do it right.
Do it right.
Like, do it right. Don't be like, because like when you're at the door, people tend to want to walk all over you.
Got it.
So if you don't have a strong personality, they will.
They will.
They will walk all over you. You'll make no money and everything will go to shit. So if you don't have a strong door,
Yeah, right. Like, please be she's like all like real about it. I love it.
yeah, if you don't have a strong door, like you're destined to fail from the beginning.
100%.
Got it. You're gonna find yourself from the front door to the back door.
Right.
So right now what I'm doing is like I'm all over the place. You know, I don't micromanage. I hate that.
Okay.
But right now until I find somebody, like the girl I have right now, she's really sweet, she's really good. I'm building her to be what I want her to be and what she can be. But until she's at the point where I could just let her fly,
Got it.
I'm gonna be right there helping her out because
There you
I'm
go.
not gonna let my team sink.
And how do you know if she's growing, and how do you know when you're gonna let her fly? Is it when you start? Are you like noticing that she's
When she starts being a bitch.
Yeah.
like
Yes.
exactly, like do you start noticing her like turning away people, and you're like, why did you turn away those people? And they're like,
I know the one she has right
they
now.
just wanted to come
and
to the
she's
door.
probably too nice.
Yeah. Okay.
that's probably
so
one
how
of
do
the
you determine when she's ready, or if she's
I had a
the
conversation with her today. I'm like, look, babe, this is how it's gonna go.
one? Okay.
It's your door. Don't be
Exactly.
scared to like if you have to yell at them because like they were like last Friday they were like literally like crowding her, like she had no space. I'm like, that's your personal space.
She needs to do the dirty dancing move.
Yeah,
like,
you
hey,
told them
this
to-
is your space, this is my
Yeah.
space. Okay.
Nobody
We crowd
pushes
those,
Mario
by
to
the
the
way.
corner. They were
Yeah.
pushing her to the corner. So no, what you
Yeah.
have to do is like I told her, what you have to do is like stand your
Yeah.
ground. Don't be scared.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, they're the ones that want to come to your house.
And does the at the end of the night, the revenue, does it really have to do with her at that point?
Yes.
Like if you see that a night goes well, you're like, hey, good job.
Yeah.
You let the right people in today because we made this much.
Yes, of
Wow.
course.
That's a lot of pressure.
A lot of
Right?
pressure.
It's
And
a
you
lot
also
of
go to
pressure.
jail if you do the wrong thing.
Okay.
So there is pressure in that.
Wow.
you know.
So yeah, so the owner from here, you know, he definitely saw some qualities in you to be able to bring you in, but I think he was also very smart in identifying that if he brings you in, he brings you in as a GM, and he knows that you will be able to build that door girl or guy to when do you kind of decide if the girl's not cutting it, like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to go with a guy, or you're just like, no, it has to be a girl because a girl has better quality or will be able to juice that door more than any other man.
That's what I think. I want a girl. I
it.
like girls. I like the idea
Yeah.
of having pretty girls everywhere. Like right now,
And that's not a bad idea. Having a pretty girl in a door, you know. It's
and like if you see
everywhere.
this place, it's like a small club. It's very chic, very trendy. So
beautiful. I love.
So what I
the
like is
design.
like my servers, no disrespect to any other clubs, but like my servers are not half dressed with all their stuff out. They're very
Got it.
elegant, very sexy, but elegant. You know,
that's
they're
awesome.
like, that's where I aim for elegance, you know, elegance and class. I don't
Yeah.
want to have a girl with their butt out and like everything hanging out. That's not what I aim for. So I want like from like once you get in the door, I want you to like look at something pretty as you walk in and you're at your table and like everybody. So right now I have my bartenders are boys,
Okay.
but I'm looking to get to adding a girl, like a really pretty girl. That's good because if she sucks, because our other bar manager, she was a girl, but she's no longer with us, but she was really good. Right, so I want another girl to replace her.
Right.
Yeah. why
What
did
qualities
did
do
she
you look
retire?
for in that person that
Yeah.
you're looking for? Sorry,
Yeah.
the bartender and the girls
Bar
that
manager.
you want. You know,
Like my servers, first of all, they have to be witty. They have to be pretty. They have to know about like
witty
what
and pretty.
the service. What is
One
the,
beer, she rhymes.
Yeah.
Of course.
There you go.
So this is the thing. Like, what is the service industry? What is the service? We're here to like provide a service.
Right.
You know, like being brought from like
Hospitality.
working at so many different big places. You are trained. You're corporately trained for excellence.
Right.
Which is different that if you like just walk around to another place where people just, oh yeah, oh that's my cousin Mo and her cousin blah 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 and she runs the place and she went to blah. No, when you're
Right.
trained, when you're corporately trained, you seek different values in your employees.
Yes.
So that's what you want. You want like somebody who knows how to who knows how to properly open a bottle, who knows how to like pour a drink, who's like, if you're gonna talk to her, like she can have a potty mouth, but like she can be like she has interesting conversation.
But do you look for them to be a little bit of, slutty or not?
No.
Nothing at all.
I don't like no. Like my girls are sexy. They're
No,
sexy, but
because-
there's a fine line.
No,
I
there's
mean,
some places that
I've done that side of the business many times.
No, there's
and,
places that they want.
and
right? Yeah.
and no, in
They
the end,
keep-
yes, there's some places that need the upselling, and it only works in one way. This is a smaller venue. Being a smaller venue, you might be able to get away with having the elegant looking girl that
No,
is gonna
and the
look pretty and
vibe.
witty.
At the end of the day, you're kind of like, I'm assuming the owner has a kind of vibe. You could already tell by
Look,
the
the
design
owner,
that it's
he's
very
like
classy.
he's an extremely classy guy. He's like
Awesome.
traveled the world. He's very into like he doesn't want this place to be some bar in the corner of whatever with
Yeah.
raunchy people coming
He wants it to
chancletas.
be like
Right.
exclusive. No
Yeah,
chancletas
so
in
it's
here,
like
party people.
so that's the thing. It's like we aim for another kind of like.
Don't
we
you
have-
come
we
in
have
here with
something.
chancletas, all
No,
right?
we don't like chancletas. That's
Yeah.
a big no. Don't come in with that. No. But that's the thing. It's like we have like if you look, everything has been like picked out like every detail, like wallpaper,
By the way-
couches,
By
everything.
the way,
By the way-
chancletas are sandals. If anybody's
I know.
That's
No,
so Miami. Chancletas
I
is
know.
definitely Miami.
But there's some chancletas like Gucci chancletas. They're like $4.
No,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
still
we've
ugly.
had
If
that
you're-
conversation, but no.
No,
It's
no
in style right now, the
chancletas.
chancleta with socks.
No,
White socks.
dude, no.
You want to know more about that? Go listen
No,
to
oh
Mario
no, dude!
Cecilia's
Listen, I don't care that
episode.
Gucci or Armani.
They could
You
be
are not
Vuitton.
chancleteando into this club today.
No, you're
No,
not.
no,
Thank you.
no, no.
Sorry. Not even the fluffy whatever.
Now let me ask you: if this
Okay,
girl,
so sorry.
what happens
So
if this girl you're training
zero slutty.
lets a chancleta guy come in?
No,
with-
you know
with
who my
Gucci?
servers are.
But what happens?
Right? No,
if
no,
this
no.
girl-
That's what.
No, but hold
I'm not
on.
wondering about them.
I'm
I'm just-
wondering if the girl you're training lets the chancleta person.
Oh, she's
come
gonna
in.
hear me.
But that chancleta guy, all right? Gucci chancleta, boom,
Yeah,
comes into
ball
the corner,
players are gonna-
comes in like this, chancleta a little, goes to the corner, orders a couple of bottles of Dom Perignon.
Nails done or not done?
No,
Done.
he has socks, so we don't know.
Oh God, no!
socks.
What do you mean he's got
Chancletas and
socks?
Yeah,
Oh
white
my
socks.
God. Seriously?
No.
He buys a couple
Probably
of Dom
sweatpants as
Perignon.
well? No.
Dom Perignons, 8 buckets of Aguila beer. Like he comes and he spends. What do you tell the girl in the door? You say, listen, you did a good job because he spent $15,000, but no chancletas, please.
Look, I had when I was running the door, I had a couple of exceptions,
Okay.
but I was very clear to my clients. I was like, okay, this is something I'm gonna do for you today.
Okay.
And I sort of got like a relationship with some of my clients. I'm like, I can do this for you today, but just please
Don't do it.
Right.
again.
don't do it again.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but
like,
the guy that's gonna spend $15,000 is not gonna go out
In
in
chancletas.
That's the reality in the end, Or he'll find a place
You'd
that
be surprised.
there might be other people in
Yeah.
chancletas comfortable and whatnot. There are venues for it. This is not the one for sure. It's a little more.
I would feel
elegant.
stupid walking in here with chancletas.
Yeah, no. Well, you wouldn't walk in the end, but that's the reality. But I don't know if I asked, but no slutty? No, just kidding.
This is the thing. No. It's
Yeah.
not. There's a difference between like you can be very, very sexy, sexual,
Yeah.
without
Okay.
being slutty.
There you go. Okay, so
You can look amazing. You can be very
Sexy.
enticing
Right.
without looking cheap.
I totally
I'm asking
agree.
because
I don't want
for
my girls
some
to look
places
cheap.
it's necessary,
I
like
totally
a little
agree.
bit of that for the upselling inside.
Oh, no.
Because you have the door and people are gonna sell at the door and whatnot. But then when they get inside, let's say you bought two bottles, and those 2 bottles
Did he
at
say
2 in the
butt
morning.
or butt? I don't,
Did I say butt? No.
Yeah, you said
No,
butt.
you bought 2 bottles, and at 2 in the morning, those 2 bottles are gone. And then the waitress's job is to upsell you.
Look.
Remember how Yanni mentioned
so she might
upselling
she
the
might
real
have to
estate?
do a change of wardrobe. Like, okay, I'm gonna go. Sell
No,
another-
this is how it works. Like my girls, they're like they're very sexy. They will wear like the cleavage and the very tight dresses, and they're short. But then their hair is like on point. Their makeup is flawless.
Beautiful.
Okay, so
It's
let's
like
not confuse
Yeah.
slutty with.
raunchy, classless.
Raunchy, there you
There you
go.
go.
You
There
can't be
see.
raunchy.
Can't
It's
do-
like, and like I have like
this
my
is the
like,
design district, people.
yeah,
right?
you're like you're right next
You
to
better
Gucci.
come here
You're not gonna bring a
correct.
girl like boom boom with her butt out and like fishnets.
Right, 100%.
They're right next to Gucci.
Right?
Everything's
still have
there.
Victoria,
There's,
actually.
there's
I
Rolex,
just, I
Gucci,
just
everything's
mentioned
right
the
there.
Gucci chancletas, though, but it's okay.
No, but this is the thing. Like I have like there's one like Hennessy's. She can upsell the
Oh, yeah.
shit out of
Great.
anything,
Oh,
and she is
okay.
on point.
That's her name, Hennessy?
Yeah.
Hennessy's,
Not-
like
not like the
Genesis.
drink,
Genesis,
Genesis.
like the Bible.
Oh, wow.
Right.
And
Genesis.
she's great.
She's beautiful.
And she sells like, yeah,
Oh,
she's
you'll
amazing.
come up, you're like, oh, what do you want to drink, babe? And she's like, ay, yo solo tomo champaña. She gets bottles
She
on
comes
bottles.
from my school. Well, I'm saying.
No, there you go.
So, you know, you
Yeah,
don't have
she's
to
like-
be a slut.
Yeah, you
to
just have
upsell.
to. You
Exactly.
just have
So
to be.
answer your question with your own staff.
100%. No, I agree.
There you go.
Touche.
Touche.
I agree.
Wow,
It's just
this is
different
great.
venues need different qualities, probably, just due to that. You know, like, for example, in Wynwood, it probably doesn't even matter if
Yeah.
people arrive in
Oh, there were chancletas.
and if the staff is, you know, whatever.
Raunchy.
Hey, so
Raunchy.
what? Raunchy. So which is your like what is it? Thursday nights here? Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays?
Fridays and
Fridays and
Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Fridays and Saturdays. And when people come here, what could they expect? Is it a DJ? Is there a band? Like, what could they expect?
We have DJ.
You have
We
a great DJ, Latin music, or
Latin
is it
music.
all
No,
open
Latin
format?
music. But then I think we're gonna do like, are we gonna do like more of an open floor plan from now on with you guys? What are we gonna do? What's the new
Yeah,
LMG
why don't we
thing?
just discuss it here
I mean,
live and
what-
direct? Here we come to you, party people,
Is this
live and
my-
direct.
is
Why don't we
this
just
my
talk about?
interview?
Yeah,
How
I
is
know.
your party
I
gonna
love
be?
it. You
How
see,
is
that's
your
you see
party
what I
gonna
mean? Strong woman. You know, she's like, you know what? What are
Corten! Just
Yeah.
kidding.
What are we gonna play here? Is it gonna be? This
No,
is-
actually, if you guys want to find out what the party's like, you gotta come
There
here
you
on
go.
Fridays at
No
Baronesh.
chancletas.
Yeah, right next to La Victoria. If you know that venue, you know where we are.
We got the AC.
Yeah, exactly. We are the ones with the AC. All right, so being a little more serious.
yeah, let's get serious.
Not really. You have a daughter.
Yes.
How old is she? No, I forget that.
19.
I didn't-
Oh.
Okay, she's 19. All right, so you had her very early.
23.
23? There you go.
Cool.
Would you mind her being in this business?
Do you encourage her being in this business?
If she would want to be in this business, I would like I would support her. She's got like her personality is very strong, so I wouldn't worry about her.
Like mom.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, she's worse.
Oh yeah.
She's a hard
Oh, wow.
ass. Yeah,
So she could be like the door on steroids.
she could totally be
Yeah.
the door on steroids.
Wow.
If she was 21, I would have her at the door.
Okay. And there's no reason why you would not want her to be in this business.
Yeah, I don't like the whole like staying up so late. Makes
Okay.
you
Well, let me ask you this:
one.
when you had your daughter, you were in this business,
Not nightlife.
not like
She
you
was
were
in
more in the
events.
event.
events. Yeah.
And was it harder? You know, because even doing special events,
Oh, yeah.
those special events are very
Time consuming. Yeah.
and the client always forgets about the world and wants you to.
Yeah, and I had like very special clientele because I had all like very, very VIP people that you would have to have like some sort of clearance to be able to get into their house.
Right.
Got it.
So
Is it hard being a mom and being in that business? Could a mother be in that business? Could you know?
you could, but
Yeah.
like you need like some like support at home. You can't like be leaving your kids alone at home by
Got it.
themselves at night.
Right.
Maybe that's the Colombian mom in me like speaking. Mija, no. That's the whole Colombian thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind my daughter if she wanted to be in it, but I don't think she does. She's like fourth semester of psychology right now, so
Okay. So
Oh,
for
wow.
you know, and I ask you this because for some reason there's this stereotype or whatever it's called that people think that this is a bad business. You know, el diablo vive ahí. You
No,
know,
it's
like
not.
it's just.
I'm scared of El Diablo.
Exactly. You know, like I don't
El
know, like for some
innombrable, el
reason,
innombrable.
you know, like honestly, like
Yeah.
every venue I have worked with or that we have owned in the past, we have formed families. That's what I see here also. You know, you guys, the way everybody talks here about Antonio, and now about you, is one of the things, and you know, Andres, who already left,
Oh my God, he's
and how
amazing.
everybody
I
loves
love him.
each other. It's amazing, and I love that.
That's
You know,
awesome.
and that's one of the reasons we decided to come here because it's important to us to build families, and luckily we have it right now at the different venues we have. You know, with Blue Martini we've been 10 years.
Exactly.
You know, with Bar Seco we were there 12 years ago and now again. You know, and we just love to build families wherever we go and make sure that the people that are there are building those families. And those families, so you know, are not based around, you know, drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, and I think that
only
that's what's important.
and all that.
I think that's the reason. I think that's the key, actually.
Yeah.
I you know, with the people that you've mentioned, and you have mentioned that you've been working with certain venues for such a long time, I've noticed that those venues that are healthy are people that are on point with their business, and they're not mixing that with pleasure. Right. And they're keeping it very professional and very, you know, on point when it comes to, like, not mixing drugs or not over drinking. Because in a business like this, you know, a general manager could tend to kind of be very happy and start drinking, and right? But then the numbers are off, and this is off, and then I'm assuming there's aggressiveness that gets involved, and that could backfire with the promoters, with the employees. So I believe that it's important, and I've noticed with all the interviews that we've done that that one of the key points to success is not mixing that, you know, no drugs, no liquor, you know, just being on point, being respectful, being classy, right? All those factors help you become successful in the nightlife. So
100%.
That's awesome.
Man. And you know what?
Cool.
I've been like, I always thought if my kids decided to do this, I would be super happy for them to do it. Like myself, like I've loved my life. If I had to do it again, I'd do the same shit all over. Yeah. Without the first marriage, but then
okay.
1 second. But the reality is, yeah, right. But I used to think, okay, so my boys, I wouldn't mind the business. The girl, maybe not.
Yeah.
Now, I think differently, you know, and again, like I said, I've seen how women have, you know, evolved versus, you know, men. We are becoming more like the women of the past,
back in the days,
and the women are becoming more like the men. You know, it's weird. So let's call that our
nightlife segment. Night father, segment,
yeah. You know,
that
because
was good.
we went into that area without realizing. So, but yeah, man, do not feel afraid of getting into this business if you don't have in you any problems like, you know, drugs, addictions in general.
Yeah.
You know,
and you're strong-minded, because you have to be strong-minded, and you have to have discipline.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming, Kata, that you work at night, and then sometimes you have to come in early in the morning.
Oh, I have to come in like sometimes during the day.
All the time?
I have to deal with everything. Something breaks, I have to like make sure everything's up and running.
Could you tell us what is the, you know, for those viewers out there, those listeners that are young, you know, 18, 19 years old, and they're looking to becoming a GM, what could you say to that person who's going to go out there and try to find a job? Do you advise that person, male or female, to start from the bottom and work your way up?
Yeah.
Does that help?
I've done every single position.
Okay.
I've bartended, I've served.
And you recommend that?
Yeah.
Before becoming a general manager?
Like, the thing is, like, back again to what I said in the beginning, it's the service industry.
Okay.
You can't just go in and say, hey, I'm GM. I'm like top dog. You're not. You have to like eat the shit.
You have to
and learn.
So you advise that that person,
if you want to be a good GM, yes.
if you want to be a good GM.
and by the way, the shit tastes nice in this business.
Yeah. I think it's a beautiful business. If you know how to take it, it's the job at the end of the day.
Sometimes
So
GM does not mean you're the one making the most money. Sometimes in this
Most of the
business,
time.
you know,
Most of the time?
yeah, most
Wow.
of the time. But
so let me ask you this: so if there's a bar owner who decides to, you know, bring his nephew in to be the general manager, and then
First
he hires other people that have been in the nightlife industry for many years, how much time do you give that nephew? He won't make it, right? He won't survive. Hours, yeah.
The thing is, like, if you don't know what you're doing, like, you have to like know how to like serve a table. You have to know how to work a door. You
It's
have
important to know
how to like work a computer in the back. You have to know
for those
everything.
viewers out there, it's important that if you do have the hookup, you know,
Learn every position.
Learn every position before you get to be the general manager.
And love it.
And love it. Yes.
Do you remember what are the best and worst things that ever happened to you in this industry?
Okay, I don't know the best and the worst. The worst, I don't think I've had a worst.
Oh wow,
That's
that's
beautiful.
awesome.
I've done like I've dealt with a lot of stuff. I've had like weddings and elephants, and I've seen it all. I've seen brides crying because their dress rips. I've seen bartenders get wasted and barfing behind the bar. I've seen it all. But I think like once, if you have like somebody that knows what they're doing and knows how to handle like crisis control,
Right.
it's no issue. Just roll
And you
with the
seem
ball.
to know how to handle crisis control.
Just have to roll with the ball. Keep it going.
And the best thing that has happened to you in this industry, like one of the things that you went home and you were like, you know what, this was kind of cool. Like, you know, that this made my night. Sorry.
Probably, well, recently, like, it could be like the night, like the first Friday around this place that I sold more than my ex-boss. I
There you
love
go.
that. I'm like, yeah,
Nice.
dropping the mic.
Oh, that's good.
But it was
That's good.
cool. But like, it was his legacy. It was
Oh, yeah?
awesome. But I loved it. I
That's
thought it was pretty
awesome.
cool.
There you go.
That's cool. That's cool. And it's cool that it's funny that you actually had that in mind. And was that a goal that you set for yourself, or did it happen?
No, it just happened. It was like not at all. I was
Organically.
just like doing my job. I'm like, damn, we actually did good. Yay, snaps to us.
And that was
pretty
being
cool.
a GM? Who was working the door?
I had this girl that's no longer with us.
She's like my daughter.
No, my daughter's mean.
Yeah. I had my daughter working there. Okay, so that girl, she's not here, but did she have, you know, kind of, did she contribute?
Yeah, she
to
did.
that?
Of course she
Definitely.
did. She did. She
Awesome.
contributed. She was good.
Guys, so
Cool.
kind of to wrap it up today,
Yeah.
you know, and thank you again, and thank you, Baronesh, for having us here.
Thank you very
Anytime.
much.
The main thing
Come check us out.
we can take from today is the fact
Yeah.
that this is a beautiful business
Yep.
that, you know, we hope you guys every day want to be more a part of it. And it's not only for men. From what I'm seeing, it's more for women than
Yeah?
men.
Right, that's-
Day by
that's
day,
For
I'm realizing
anybody that
that.
wants to do it with passion.
100%.
You have
yes,
to
I
love what
agree.
you do. You have to love people. You have to, you know, kind of hold your ground and just
Do
enjoy.
Be
what
a
you love, and you
badass.
won't
Be a
work a day in
badass,
your
okay?
life, right?
Be a badass and be a GM.
There you go. So again, our handles, you know, the Nightlife Entrepreneur on Instagram.
Yours is
Baronesh, Miami.
Baranosh Miami. Mine says at Ico Taps Beer and at Ico at Doral Food and Wine Festival.
There you go.
Sorry.
Also at LMG Miami. And remember, the book you can find on
Amazon.
You can find the beer everywhere.
Yeah, you can find
It's
the beer
actually, I
everywhere
hadn't had
soon.
one of these in forever. It's so
forever, right?
good.
Yeah.
And also,
Soon.
remember,
And Baranosh.
nightlifeentrepreneurs.com/podcast on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, and everywhere else.
Don't forget to like us, and if you don't like us, just like us, okay?
They'll like us.
Right? They'll like us.
Yeah.
Salud. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bueno, ahora sí me la termino.